Hi, my name is Paul Deegan. I am the original director, founder of the Fairweather Foundation, which is the foundation responsible for bringing the last ever Caymanian-built sailing schooner, still floating in the world, back to the Cayman Islands. I come from a very, very small shipping port in the southeast of Ireland called New Ross. And our claim to fame in New Ross is where all the Kennedys originated from. That's the Kennedys of the JFK fame. And I basically was avidly involved with the local boat club, sailing club, the diving club. I learned to sail when I was 4 years of age. We have built a replica of the boat that brought the Kennedys to the States, all to do with maritime history, heritage, culture. And I've always had an interest in maritime history and heritage. I moved to Grand Cayman in February of '95 for 2 weeks vacation. Ended up falling in love with the country and the people, and what became like a 2-week vacation has almost turned into a 30-year love story. Coming from a small island of Ireland to even a smaller island of Grand Cayman, I kind of wondered, what am I doing? But after meeting the people and enjoying the scuba diving and the friendship and the hospitality, I just fell in love with the Cayman Islands. I was lucky in the first 2 weeks that I was here that I was able to visit Little Cayman and Cayman Brac. And if Grand Cayman wasn't enough, by adding in those 2 extra beautiful islands, it was just enough for me to say, right, let's just give this a shot for a year. And that year has turned into almost 30. So I own a number of small water sports businesses on Grand Cayman and Little Cayman. And during COVID, we were locked down for approximately 2 years with no or very little business. So I had a lot of extra spare time on my hands. As I searched the internet for different projects and different ideas, I came across this boat, the Spanish website. And basically it was a boat of a schooner which had very, very similar lines to our Cayman schooners. And when I researched the site, I found that this boat was in fact called La Bella Lola, was in fact originally Fairweather. And how I know that is they had a little bit of history on their website of the origins of the boat. And I basically went to the National Archives armed with that little bit of information and managed to track down the whole story and history of Fairweather, when she was built, where she was built, who built her. I discovered that this boat, La Bella Lola, was in fact Fairweather, which was built in 1950, and she was basically built by Cappy Foster from Cayman Brac, along with his son Berkeley. Once the boat was launched in 1950, she was used as a private sailboat, she was used as a fishing boat, she was converted back to a private sailboat again, and then she was sold to a family called the Adams family from California. The matriarch of the Adams family was Sooty Adams, and she decided it was a great idea to take a boat and sail it around the world with her family with absolutely zero sailing experience. 3 years, 104 different ports, she successfully completed and circumnavigated the globe, and she's accredited with being the first female boat captain to actually do so. When she actually did this amazing feat, she sold the boat to an American adventurer who tried to replicate it. And basically he got 2/3 of the way around the globe and essentially ran out of money. The boat was in need of repair. He basically abandoned the boat in Spain in the late 70s, early 80s. And there she lay to rot for a period of time before a new owner managed to get her and save her from the scrap heap. And he in turn brought Fairweather back to her original amazing lines, shape, and I believe it was May of 2022 that I traveled out there with 2 associates of mine, and basically we took Fairweather, La Bella Lola, out for a sail, checked her over, and we took her out for a survey, and it was then that we decided that this was in fact Fairweather. We knew that we had to save her. She was the last ever Caymanian-built sailing schooner that's still floating in the world. So she is the missing link of our Cayman maritime heritage and culture. His family were his crew, and his family had moved on, they'd grown up, they got married, had kids. So he didn't have as much opportunity to take Fairweather out sailing. So as we all know, boats left unattended basically don't do so well. We decided that we would purchase Fairweather because she was falling into disrepair. She needed an awful lot of TLC. So we immediately put plans into place and we purchased her, and then we arranged for her transport to a boatyard in the United Kingdom, who were going to do a complete refit of her to enable her to make her way safely back to the Cayman Islands, hopefully this time next year, sometime in 2024, just in time for her 75th anniversary, which will be 2025. As an avid history buff, and I know history repeats itself, but in other cases, history can't repeat itself. And Fairweather is a piece of Cayman history. She is the last ever Caymanian sailing schooner still floating in the world. Once she's gone, and there will be no more. With the Fairweather Foundation, our plan is to educate the children in both the private and the public schools about the Caymanian seafaring heritage, why their forefathers went away to sea for years at a time to bring back money so that families could survive and prosper here in the Cayman Islands. Once the online module is complete, we will then bring them on board and we will teach them how to sail, how to tie knots, how to read charts, how to do celestial navigation. We are also going to sail Fairweather between the sister islands with the students to give them a more authentic experience of sailing a Cayman schooner just like their forefathers. The primary objective of Fairweather is educational for the kids, but with any educational program or any program, we need funds to survive. So with that in mind, we are going to offer Fairweather for private charters. So if you have a small corporate event or a small wedding, or you want to do a birthday sunset sail, Fairweather will be available for charter. We have Fairweather in a limited company just for the ease of legalese. Eventually, we hope to transfer that company fully into the Fairweather Foundation, which is a non-for-profit organization. So essentially, Fairweather will be owned by the people of the Cayman Islands. Currently, Fairweather is in Gloucester in the UK undergoing a major refit. We hope to have this refit complete by 2025, just in time for her 75th anniversary. The reason we've done this is we do not have the facilities to restore a wooden sailing vessel of this magnitude and historical importance to Cayman. Up until now, we have been using our own funds to fund this venture. Now we are asking the people of the Cayman Islands, the corporate entities that call the Cayman Islands home, to donate to this absolutely worthwhile project. Please get in touch with us to find out about our amazing sponsorship packages by emailing us at info@fairweather.ky. This is your opportunity to guarantee a piece of Cayman's history for our future generations. Please help us by donating.